There's the temptation, ever since Descartes wanted to do, he says it explicitly, that he wanted to do for moral philosophy what Galileo had apparently done for natural philosophy. That is, by turning it into a science, that you could turn it into a science by applying the mathematical, statistical methods to moral judgment. And that temptation, it's a returning eternal, almost an eternal temptation. You find it in forms of Platonism, of trying to turn moral judgment into a speculative judgment. But the problem is, moral judgment, it doesn't matter how I feel or what my emotions are when I look at speculative reflections. 2 + 2 = 4, no matter how I feel about it. Even if I would like the numbers to come out differently at tax time, the numbers come out the way they come out, no matter how I feel about it. But in human action, the judgments we make about what I should do here and now, that's not like a speculative reasoning, because I am influenced by my emotions. Things appear to me according to my loves. So if I love certain things, that's going to shape how I act and how I arrive at a judgment that this is what I should do. On the simplest level, if the plate comes round and there are Brussels sprouts on the plate and I don't like the smell of Brussels sprouts, let alone the taste, that's going to influence whether I eat the Brussels sprouts, whether or not they are objectively exactly what I should, for my own health, be eating. So you study the passions because our emotional life influences and shapes our judgments. And as it should. I think contemporary research has shown, where do we learn in our environment what is good or bad? The kid who puts his finger on the stove and is burned, he has an emotional reaction to that experience, and that stays in his memory. And that actually helps the kid not put his finger on the hot stove again. So our emotions are an integral part of teaching us what is good and what is bad in our environment. It's true for us, it's true for the higher animals. Our emotional life, what's called emotional memory, is the storehouse of experience with regard to what is good or bad in our environment. Now, we can respond well or poorly to that. I can have a disordered love for certain things in my environment that actually ends up being destructive of my deeper goals. And so the study of the passions helps us understand the type of emotional life we should have in order to judge correctly about what is truly good for us here and now. So the emotions have an integral role to play. They're not evil, they shouldn't be suppressed, but they should be integrated into our lives. And it's the study of those, therefore, that helps us understand better moral judgment itself, what it means to know and love the moral good, as what the Greeks described as the kalos, the morally beautiful act that should be done in the kairos, the critical present moment. So that presupposes many things. Presupposes I know who I really am, presupposes that I love my true good. But I learn to love my true good by having an ordered emotional life.